Hey guys, and welcome back to Wind Waker HD. We now have 2 pearls of the goddesses in our possession, so I guess logically we've got to go hunt down the 3rd one.
And we've already done a fire, already done a forest, so obviously the next dungeon that will totally be in this game will be water-based.
Jiggly jaggly postbox!
Yes, I love mail, until it's bills, and then it's my debt. And then I have to pay it, and then I have no money for anything else.
That's like a Pt.1 card that you didn't fucking ask for, stop sending it to me! So I have to say Jingly Jangly Postbox ever since like I was a kid. I don't know, it's just like it's a bit of a trigger for me. It looks so happy I have to shout it out.
Oh, it's not like from a British TV show or something?
Oh yes, the Spitspot Time for Tea variety hour.
Well, hey, if Canadians can have kid commercials that involve a house hippo, I don't fucking know what to expect from British TV, okay?
Sorry, what? A house hippo?
Yeah, in Canada they have these, like, PSA commercials, and they have this one where it's, like, talking about the Canadian house hippo. It's like a hippo as big as a rat, and it's talking about how, oh, it likes to eat snacks. It will, like, steal your shoes. And then the PSA ends by saying, but the house hippo doesn't really exist because you should question what you see on TV. Like, the whole lesson is supposed to be, don't take everything you see on TV, and they have so many of these fucking weird commercials. There's one that tells Canadian kids, don't put it in your mouth.
What?
Don't put it in your mouth. I don't know what it is, but don't do it, and don't put it in your fucking mouth. And that's why Canadians are fucking weird.
Wow, you're just filled with, like, all various kind of rants today. I just wanted to venture out into the high seas, like raid submarines and get a new bottle, but no, you have to make it about putting things in kids' mouths, you sick fuck.
In-house hippos.
Fuck house hippos, I'll stick with Bear in the Big Blue House, thank you very much.
Yeah, but the moon talks, and it's gonna crash into the house.
That moon, I don't know why we're on such a tangent today, but that moon always reminded me of this one old-ass, like, it was sort of like a stop-motion thing, and sort of like puppetry, of these ghosts who were just like stereotypical, like, sheet ghosts, walking about and, like, scaring other ghosts. And, like, for the life of me, I cannot remember what it is, but it scarred me for life.
Wait, ghosts trying to scare other ghosts?
I'm just, like, summarizing it, I honestly can't remember.
So this is one of the trial subs, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta kill a bunch of enemies, use Link's fancy schmancy acrobatics.
He's the 3rd one. That means he's the toughest.
He also got a cutscene, so that also means he's important.
Oh, these dynamic sound effects are so good.
It's satisfying! It's so, like, they could have just stuck with the acrobatics and that would have worked, but the fact that they put everything together into the combat, because a lot of people don't realize the effect that the music and sound has on the combat itself. And so when it all works together, it's fantastic, and that's why I love me some Wind Waker.
I'm just a big fan of, like, game music and I guess by extension game sound design as a whole, because if done right, it really ramps up the experience, but if it's done wrong, it can suck so much energy out of a scene.
Yeah, just watch cutscenes, watch gameplay on mute. Like, I know it sounds stupid, but, like, just actually mute it and pay attention. And the emotion is nearly all gone.
So a perfect example of that, watch The Lion King and then play the Pride Land section of Kingdom Hearts 2. Specifically, the fight between Simba and Scar. I know it's a Japanese thing to, they create drama by not having, like, music in the background, but I didn't like it. But I digress. This is where we needed to go next. Do you remember the name of this island? Because it's escaping me right now.
Great Fist? Or Great Fist. Great Fish. Yes, giant. That would have been a kick-ass island. Just a giant fucking fist sticking out of the ocean.
Oh, what a great fist. This island has seen better days.
Oh, this island got wrecked the fuck up. Note, Link walking on that beach is super duper important. Like, this, I don't know what it is, but the game put a trigger inside a cutscene. Like, the cutscene stops playing if Link doesn't walk on that beach. I don't know why Nintendo did that. I couldn't possibly come up with a reason. It's just one of those weird-ass fucking things they did that, once again, can piss off a speedrun.
That's really weird because you start off, like, on that beach, don't you?
I think you technically start on the boat, like when they're looking at the island, and then the model of Link gets out and walks on the beach. But it's just really weird that a cutscene would have a trigger inside of itself to tell it to keep playing.
We gotta find, I guess he's like a deity called Jaboon, and he is on Outset Island, but in order to get to him, we need some bombs.
Isn't that really convenient, though? This giant deity has his own island, and we've seen how big the ocean is. Out of all the islands to pick, why Outset? Why pick one of the few islands that actually has people inhabiting it, and thus makes it a target?
Well, none of the people on that island, unless Grandma's been doing some sneaky shit, are pirates.
Well, Grandma is also the great defender of the island, let's not kid ourselves.
Oh, right now she's at home, all sick and alone. No grandchildren.
No! Why? Let's hurry back. Fuck the bombs. Fuck everything else. Grandma needs us now.
We're going, don't worry. I'm sorry, every time the sick grandma thing comes up. I've been watching a lot of the Game Grumps Wind Waker playthrough in its abridged form, because the full one isn't really that good, and they dick around a little bit. But the abridged version, funny as hell. And there's stuff involving Grandma. It's like, Link's like, oh, I'll be back real soon, and Grandma's like, well, I'll be dead real soon.
Grandma can't die. Grandma's eternal. Love from your grandma will never end. Like the ocean itself, it is vast and deep and never ending.
Unless you do a linear wipe, and I think I cut out about 10 to 15 minutes worth of sailing here. It was just a necessity at this point, really.
Yeah, well, we got plot to be getting to. I know I said that sailing is awesome and super relaxing, but I'm not gonna lie, when I'm sailing back to places I've already been, that's when it does get annoying. I mean, sailing to new areas, that's enjoyable, that's exciting, like, that adds to the adventure feel, but yeah, when you're sailing back to somewhere that you've already been, that's when you're like, can I just get there now? Can you just, like, fade in, fade out, crossfade, do one of those, like, loony, like, cartoon black circle closes or something, I don't know.
Beep, one of those.
Exactly.
You know, it's funny, well, one thing they never did to take advantage of the Wind Waker setting is make a sort of Zelda MMO where everyone gets their own island and you just explore another, like, great sea.
I would just go around wrecking everyone else's island, breaking all of their pods, and stealing their treasure. My Link would be the biggest pirate Link there was.
Yeah, yours would be the purple one that got banished. You know, as of Triforce Heroes, there is no purple Link anymore.
Oh, you mean that Zelda game that you want to do a playthrough with Helldragon and Johnny?
Look, okay. I only mentioned Johnny because I had recently done the Shadow of the Colossus playthrough with him and Ryan. I didn't mean to instinctively leave you out of it, alright?
I'm literally the Zelda guy. Words hurt, Tom. They hurt.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, I guess. Tie me up like Mickey Mouse here and throw me into the ocean.
Yeah, what is even up with that? He doesn't even have the decency to have his bonbons the same size.
Disgusting.
Aw, Gonzo's so kawaii.
I ship him and Tetra. That's my OTP.
Oh, snap. Well, Tetra is maximum waifu potential.
I wasn't going to say anything, but the lighting really shows off how polygonal her nose was back there.
Once again, because this game is more of a conversion, they sort of just put the assets in, and whatever the Wii U, like, spit out, it was either good enough or just didn't work, and they redid it. Like, not everything in this version is, like, a straight asset, but it is kind of sad that some stuff, when they put it into the Wii U processor, they just settled. Yeah. Like, that really doesn't seem like... Like, I get that they put themselves on a really short time limit, because when they actually pitched it, they were saying, yeah, we could get this done in about a year. And Nintendo's like, alright, you got a year. It's like, come on, guys, you should always give yourself more time than you actually need, because you never know what the fuck's gonna come up.
Well, they're certainly doing that for Zelda U, or Zelda NX, I should say.
Oh, yeah, because it's totally not going to be a cross-platform Zelda game. Because that's never happened before.
Learn your history, guys, because I tell you, in the video game industry, it repeats a hell of a lot.
Swabby, remember that. Sorry. Just needed to let everyone know that Learn your history, know your lore, and remember Swabby.
I am writing this down right now. Swabbies. Has said it 3 times just to make sure that the player or the audience is paying attention.
Yeah, because, having the red text, not enough. I swear, Nintendo thinks that players are really dumb or just... They do the weirdest things to catch the player's attention when it comes to dialogue boxes. Like Zelda obviously will do the red text or the text with an arrow. And then Mario does a weird thing where it puts, like, the character's little face next to their name in text. It'll be like, Bowser face.
Neither method is, like, bad. I just want to stress that. It's just something, it's a trope that you come to notice as the years go by.
Also, I like this, how they changed it so that it's a riddle question. Instead, it was just, what's the password, bro? But now it's, what do you use to clean your ears?
Q-tip?
Yeah, that's what I said. I would have went with Q-tips, but I think Q-tips is like the brand name. Like how Band-Aids are actually Band-Aid brand adhesive strips.
Really? Is that how it works?
Yeah. They're actually adhesive strips, but Band-Aids is the brand, but everyone calls it the brand name.
Is that Impa right there?
No, that's, a lot of people theorize that's supposed to be Tetra's mom, so the original pirate ship captain, but it wouldn't be beyond it if, like, that could have been similar to this world's Impa, because there isn't one in this game.
No.
I know in the past, she goes with more of the warrior look, and then in the Downfall timeline, she's a more plump lady.
Mm-hmm. Specifically in the Oracle games.
Yeah, in that one, and also the Zelda 1, Zelda 2 manuals and stuff, she's more of an older lady, but yeah, they give her they take the nanny aesthetic to an extreme.
Now, you may have noticed back in the bomb shop that Tetra was worrying, or, well, she covered it up right away, but she was clearly worrying about the inhabitants of Outset. And in her room, you see a picture of, the hero of legend, and also what appeared to be like a Triforce. So, what's going on? We won't find out until we've gotten the final pearl, unfortunately.
All we need to know is that Tetra is more of a pirate than you think, in that she keeps information to herself and doesn't tell anyone unless they need to.
So how did you do on this particular challenge, Mexi? Did you fail the first time?
Yes.
I think everyone did, really.
I think I may have actually failed time-wise. I don't know. I was bad at video games, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I was also even worse at aiming. Because even though they're swinging, like, I don't know what was wrong with me. This looks so obvious, but I failed it the first time. Then again, I failed the Deku bulbs back in Forest Haven, because I kept putting the bulbs exactly in the center of the screen, and I would just barely slide off the side.
There is a little bit of a problem of depth perception, I'll give you that. It's not terrible. I can do it eventually, but this took me like a few tries when I was recording.
Yeah, hit detection, collision with some of the geography. It was off in the original version, and you would think that would be one of the big things that they would fix when they remade the game, because, that's something that you encounter casually. You don't have to, hunt for a one-frame trick to clip into walls in this game.
No.
But no, they fixed Wind Waker Dive. That's the thing they fixed, not the clipping. What?
Well, they're gonna find out pretty quickly, Nico.
Well, Nico is sort of the shit bitch, and so he just gets left behind, and I'm pretty sure they're never gonna actually tell him the whole story. They probably just told Nico, so we all went out for smoothies, and we would've got you one, but we sort of just forgot, so we're just gonna continue on. Bye.
Wow, that texture's, really popping on the wick.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that the rope was sort of frayed in the original. It seemed pretty solid. Also, once again, proof that time is not technically stopped whenever Link has these asides with characters, or even when he's opening chests, because Nico is definitely getting in on this conversation, little busybody.
Yeah, it's perpetually night, during this part of the game, and it's kind of annoying because I wanted to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and go and get, what is it, the something of passing?
song, tune, little ditty of passing.
Yeah, it's the thing that turns day to night and like vice versa. I also wanted to get the Swift Sale, which you can get from the auction house like at night, but apparently it's night, but it's not night. It's a weird like gameplay convention or something.
It is. It's called Eternal Night, and like you said, it's technically night, but the game doesn't really register it as night. It's actually sort of like a third time of day.
Yeah.
Like, this is one that only occurs during this point in the game after you hit Great Fish Island, and it doesn't go away until after you get the pearl. So, as I said with the speedruns, that how they go to Great Fish so that they could initiate this section to get bombs, they also initiate Eternal Night. So what happens is they still get the third pearl last, so they clear all the dungeons, both Dragon Roost and Forbidden Forest. They clear those during Eternal Night. So it will always be raining, it will always be night, and it has some neato effects because both those dungeons have either external areas or parts where light shines in. So what happens is that you can get it to rain in both of the dungeons by clearing them during this Eternal Night.
Now, I haven't mentioned Matthew Matosis in at least a couple of parts, so I'll bring this up here. Originally, this letter from Orca, he was screaming at you in, like, size 100 font, and it was honestly kind of funny. I have no idea why it's changed to normal here. It takes so much of the personality from the guy away.
Yeah, and you can't be up memory, because we have more memory, guys. That's sort of why you would want to remake a game, is to utilize the new technology, but hey, a conversion works too. Gotta show off that tech and buffer the space between the next Zelda game.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't really detract from the experience of the game a lot. It does slightly in like a nitpicking fashion, but it's one of those things like, Nintendo, why did you bother to change it? Surely it would be more work.
Exactly! I don't know. It's one step forward, one step back. Like, there's no rationality with what Nintendo decides to do with their games. Like, with most games you can see, okay, they shortened this because X, they decided to patch that because of that reason, but some of these make no sense other than they did a Google search, saw a video, and decided they didn't really like that.
Yeah. Now, before we actually get to Outset Island, which will be in part 2 of our quest for the third pearl, Mexi put a few things down on my route to record, so we're going to get a few goodies.
The problem with this game is that unlike other Zelda games where the map is pretty like linked together, and you can sort of go into one town, do a bunch of side quests, and then go to this one area and do even more side quests. Everything's really scattered in this game, and obviously that's because of the increased size of the world map.
Yeah.
But also because of that, you can sort of get the wrong impression that there's not a lot to do in Wind Waker, that it's really short, when this game has just as much, if not more, things to do than the N64 games and just as much as Twilight Princess. The only problem is you have to go out and find them, and not in the sense that you have to go through a little alley or you need to bomb a wall and go into an area, but you need to sail to the many islands in the world.
You are kind of locked out of certain things until you get items, but that's a Zelda tradition anyway, so I wonder how they're going to get around that in Zelda U. I'm actually kind of like interested to find out and just explore the land in general.
All I know is that first, people are going to complain that it's too big and not enough to do, and then people are going to actually explore. And then once people have settled down and actually put some thought into what they're saying about a video game, they'll realize that the game has plenty to do. I don't know.
I think it's going to be like a cross between Zelda 1 and Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess in terms of scale, Zelda 1 in terms of like stuff to do. As long as there's people, living people, milling about, caves to explore, treasure to find, I think we're going to be okay. That was a blue chew back there. If you collect enough of its stuff, and I think it's take it to the guy on Windfall Island. There's like a potion shop there. You can create a blue potion.
Take his stuff.
Oh yeah.
I do really like the effect of Eternal Night too, because yeah, it normally rains in the game, but they definitely upped it and just have an eternal deluge occur.
Yeah, I wish that would happen now, because ironically enough, we're suffering a heat wave in Britain.
Oh yeah, you guys are. Meanwhile, I'm over here getting more rain than I've ever fucking had. And it's bad, we're getting like landslides! This isn't fun!
It's like fucking Vanilla Ice when he walked into that beam of light. The JoJo character, not the rapper. I should hasten to add.
Oh, of course we're talking about the JoJo character.
Of course. But you can blame Helldragon for that addiction.
It is still weird too, just seeing the little wispy winds. Like, oh, despite all the turbulent weather, at least the winds are calm. I think it would have been kind of cool if maybe they made the lines like thicker, or just show that even the winds are also like affected by the eternal night.
What we're looking for here is just some seagulls flying about in a circle, and when you come across those, bad things are bound to happen.
But I thought seagulls signify our sister.
No, they signify giant fucking squids!
Are we sure that's not our sister? I mean, we haven't seen her for a while.
Damn girl, stop eating, you look gigantic.
Damn girl, did you grow a third eye? A big third eye?
Oh, goddamn. Explain this mechanic to our viewers, please.
Okay, so there are several Octoroks within the Great Sea, and they each have multiple numbers of eyes. Pretty much more eyes means more trouble. This is one of the first ones you can encounter, and we have to kind of wait until we have some sort of long-range capabilities, either the boomerang to lock on, or now that we have bombs, the ship is also outfitted with a new mechanic in that we have a proper pirate ship cannon.
Hell yeah.
So now you just gotta keep hitting the eyes to match them up, right?
This one is very important, and that's why we're actually showing it off, because A, it will just help you down the line, and B, it's actually required if you want to do another side quest.
I also never noticed that. I thought it was weird that a fairy popped out of the squid, but her hair hat kind of also looks like tentacles. Maybe it's just because of Splatoon, so now hair and tentacles mixing together makes sense.
Yeah.
But the multiple limbs, the tentacle hair, like, it just could have been a corrupted form by all the dark magic going on, or the eternal night affecting her.
There is a benefit of making Link cartoony. Look how expressive he was.
He's so happy! He's so magically happy!
But I would be too if my magical power increased that much.
Yeah, and we got double magic pretty early in the game.
Yeah.
We're not even past the first, like, trilogy of dungeons, so...
Indeed. And we shall see you next time when we finish the hunt for the final pearl. See you then.